What's up, Peep Squad? It's in the building, baby. What's going on, my peeps, my peoples? Let's get into it. Let's talk about the president, the former president, Donald Trump. Before he left office, he granted pardons to 140 people. And people that are on that list is Michael Harris O'Harris, co-founder of Death Row Records, Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, Kwame Kilpatrick. So you know they gotta be happy, they gotta be ecstatic too as well, especially Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne may have to face no time because he was pardoned by the former president Donald Trump. He was pardoned. That means that he has been forgiven, and he has already pleaded guilty for what he did in December of 2019, because he faces up to 10 years in prison because he was on a jet or a private plane with a .45 caliber gold-plated gun and also drugs. But his entourage took the blame for the drugs, but he had the gun. And so I guess it was a good idea for Lil Wayne to stand next to Donald Trump and basically endorse him, because at the end of the day, Lil Wayne doesn't have to go to jail. He doesn't have to go to jail, point blank period. He has been pardoned, so therefore he has been forgiven. So he don't have to face no time, and that is good news for Maryjanetv, that she don't have to worry about her father being locked up behind bars and her boyfriend at the same damn time, aka YFN Lucci. So let's get to this situation. So Lil Wayne done did his thing, baby. He has the right people on his side. So Lil Wayne has been pardoned, and he doesn't have to face any jail time at all. And you know, the White House, you know, they said that Lil Wayne, you know, he has exhibit generosity. He has been committed to various charities, including donation to research, hospitals, and food banks. And also, Lil Wayne had Deion Sanders wrote a letter of support for Lil Wayne to be pardoned too as well, saying that he's a family man, he's a good friend, he has faith in God, he gives, and he's fortunate, and he helps other people, and he's a game changer. And also, Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, share the same lawyer. The same lawyer that was helping him get pardoned. Lil Wayne and, Kodak Black had the same lawyer, but Kodak Black didn't get pardoned. He got his sentence commuted, so he'll be out pretty soon. He won't have to do the whole 4 years, allegedly, that he's supposed to do. So we're going to see how that situation pans out. But Lil Wayne is happy as you wouldn't believe. I guarantee you he is. But also with this situation, Lil Wayne had a lot of people speak up for him. Lil Wayne had CEOs of companies of wine and spirit, Sovereign Brand. Lil Wayne had so many people that are multi-millionaires. I mean, that had his back. So that means Lil Wayne's going to have to turn around and do the favor for them too as well, because ain't nothing in this world for free. So it is what it is. So you guys let me know what you think about Lil Wayne, that he may not be facing any type of charges as far as going behind bars or facing 10 years, because he has been pardoned by the former president of the United States and basically has been forgiven. He may have to pay some fines, maybe or maybe not, but we'll see how the situation pans out. Let's move on to Kodak Black. Let's talk about Mr. Kodak Black. What do you guys think about Kodak Black? Do you like him as a rapper? Do you like him as a human being? He is a young dude. He is a project baby, because that's what he named one of his albums. And he is kind of out of control. He has done a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of mean stuff, a lot of downright dirty-ish to people and women. And he has said a lot of things that have been problematic to the black community and to black women, period. But if you look at his background and where he came from, is expected, because he wasn't taught anything. But now I think he has learned a lot. Before Kodak Black went into prison, he started to change his music and started to be more positive. Let's see if he's going to do that when he gets out. But we know when he was locked up, he was starting ish with Lil Wayne. He was starting ish with Maryjanetv. He was just starting ish. He was starting ish with NBA Youngboy. He was doing the most. But in any event, the 23-year-old rapper, he was sentenced to almost 4 years in jail in 2019 for making a false statement about buying a firearm. But now his sentence has been commuted with the White House praising him basically for doing good work, being prominent in the black community, being a leader. And they also said he has a lot of charities. He supports various charities efforts, such as providing education, resource to students and families of fallen law enforcement officers and unprivileged people. So therefore, he has helped law enforcement. He has helped helped unprivileged people and education. He also paid for notebooks of children and school, providing and supplying daycare centers, providing food to the hungry, and annually providing for unprivileged children during Christmas. And while behind bars, he gave $50,000 to COVID that hit small businesses in his hometown of Florida. So it seems like Kodak Black people have been on their mission to get him free, and also to be able to produce a statement, and also his actions and what he has done behind bars to make him, seem like the person that needs to be granted, clemency or have his sentence commuted. And so he does have his sentence commuted, but doesn't mean that all the his crime is going to be erased. He's probably still going to have to pay fines, and they might just let him out for time served, or maybe they might give him 6 months or a year, or they just might let him out. But it does take time. At least takes time, 6 months, for all the paperwork to get through for each individual. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. And also, when it comes to Kodak Black, he had, a lot of people. He had religious leaders. He had Ohio pastor, former Trump advisor, Darren Scott. He also had rabbis come to his defense and write letters for him. He also had the New York Police Commissioner, Bernie, come and support him. And also Bernie was, he also received a pardon by Donald Trump too last year. So Kodak Black got the right people on his side. He also had activists on his side, Hunter Polak too as well, whose sister was killed in a school shooting in 2018. And he also had fellow artists Gucci Mane and Lil Pump and Lil Yachty support him too as well. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. So Kodak Black is doing a damn thing. So let's talk about Kwame Kilpatrick. Kwame Kilpatrick. Oh, Lord have mercy. He was the mayor. And he was, oh, Lord have mercy. He was the mayor of Detroit, baby. And Kwame did a whole lot of things. He was getting money. He was getting real money. He was getting contracts. He was getting everything. He was getting bribes. He was getting payoffs. He was getting the most. And he was a multi-millionaire, and he was getting that money, baby. Yes, he was. And then it all fell down. It all fell down. It all came to a head. He was recorded. They had evidence on him. And Kilpatrick was sentenced to 28 years in federal prison following his 2013 conviction of multiple corruption crimes, including racketeering, bribing, extortion, and fraud. But Trump commuted his sentence, so therefore, he might be getting out of prison. Because he done served a few years. He has served at least 7 years, at least 8 years. He done served a long time already. So his sentence has been commuted, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have to pay fines, because he has fines, he has restitution he needs to pay. $11 million. He owes $11 million total. The court records show that Kilpatrick owes $11 million in restitution. So now with his sentence being commuted, what can happen is they can relieve him of, the financial part that he owes the city, the state, the government for fraud, deceit, dishonesty, and taking money like every other politician does. Or they can cut it in half, and maybe he can pay $10 million, or maybe they can cut it even more half and he can pay $5 million. But in any event, he still have restitution that needs to be paid. And so therefore that's going to hold him up a little bit, because he hasn't paid any restitution. How can he pay restitution? All his sources has dried up. He's behind bars. What is he going to do? Take his prison check and give it to the people? It don't make no sense. So in any event, his sentence has been commuted, but he still has restitution, and they can, continue. They can give him 10 years, or, he can serve, maybe 11 years, or they just might let him out on time served. So it all depends on, who's going to hear the case at the parole board, the judge, or whatever the case is, what they're going to give him for his sentence. Are they going to commute his sentence totally, which remove him from prison and then he still has to pay restitution, or he may have to still pay restitution but is released from prison, but he's not going to be released right away on his sentence being commuted. So we'll see what happens with this situation. And I know he's happy because he probably thought he was going to die in prison, or he was going to be 70 years old when he gets out, or he was going to be 60 years old when he gets out, but he still got to owe that $11 million, unless they cut it in half for him and he can make payment plans. But I don't see how he's going to pay that anytime soon. So you guys let me know what you think about that situation. And also, let's get to the situation with Snoop Dogg and the co-founder of Death Row Records, Michael Harry O'Harris. He has been pardoned, like OMG. This has been a long time coming for this young man and his family too. Actually, Michael O'Harris, who served 32 years for attempted murder and cocaine trafficking, has been pardoned after Snoop Dogg, who was signed to Death Row Records, lobbied for Michael Harris. So Michael Harris has been pardoned. He has almost been in prison for 3 decades. So I believe that he's going to be released as soon as possible. It may take up to 6 months, and may take up to 4 months. It might be quicker, it might not be. He's 59 years old. So he has been pardoned for his crimes. Damn, 32 years is a long time. Like, damn, how long are you supposed to stay in prison for some shit that you did? 32 years? Lord, that's a long time. Shit. So he has been, pardoned. So that's a good situation from him as well. And also, they mentioned that Michael Harris, he was studying while inside. He also mentored and taught a lot of federal prisoners too as well. And he's going to have meaningful employment and housing to support him and his family once he is released from prison. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. I was like, Lord have mercy. But Joe Exotic has not been pardoned at all. They have not let him out.